just got from my 6 blades in England, with the 3rd sharpening job from Funky Prepper. I picked this up and I held it in my hand, and I'm quite impressed. Never actually held the Kabar USMC fighting knife before, but what comes across to me with my big heavy cudgel blade troll axe things that I make is so light. And you still got 7 inches to play with? Behave. Okay, now I know that the stick tangy thing that goes through the handle on the leather washers is only that big on the back, but yeah, I can really see that out in the middle of nowhere, if you had this, for the weight of it, very useful piece of kit. The handles are a bit odd, with those ridges on them, but very light. So anyway, back to the sharpening. What I've already done is see how sharp it was to start with. And from the factory, it's quite sharp. It's just about sliced paper, which is quite cool, really, because it means that you can just get out and get on with it straight from the word go, like. But very similar to my BK7, which is also sort of K-bar BK. There's a lot of machining marks on the edge, so it's literally like it was made, punched out, doo-doo-doo, and then gone on some stone or a belt sander of some description. Whether it's hand sharpened, I don't know, but you got a lot of grain on the blade edge if you hold it up to the light. So what I'm gonna do is spend ages on the Japo stone and maybe an oil stone, just losing that grain effect, so I end up with as near a mirror finish as possible. I have had a bit of a play, and already I'm sure it's improving. So here's a piece of paper, and that was me messing about. So that's just with me on the waterstone. So all I'm going to do is the top grade, the Japanese waterstone, and spend yonks just killing those machining marks on that blade edge. And the reason I don't want to go too far, it's got that coating on it. Is it parkerization or something? And it's an outdoors blade, it's got a leather sheath, and I don't want to mess up by going, oh yeah, I'll convex it, and dragging the edge up another 3 mil, and it just leaves a lot more maintenance on the blade to try and stop it from rusting. Let's get it a really nice finish on this and keep as much of that black coat as possible. More time for me, but you know, it should have a blade edge that will last longer before it's got to be sharpened again, before the next time it might need a bit more coating took away. It just makes the blade last longer, in my opinion. If you've got that black coating on it, keep it on as long as you can. So basically, I'm on a Japanese waterstone going at it backwards and forwards for ages. So see you in a bit and see what results we get. Okay, here it is. Now, as good as my camera is, which isn't, you should be able to see a near mirror edge on there. How bad the light. There we go. A vast improvement on what it was. So, whilst the camera's very low, help me up there, it is. So that's Funky Preppers USMC Kabar fighting knife with 7-inch blade. It's pretty sharp. I've been messing about with it for a fair amount of time now, so catches the paper alright. Forget a fresh sheet. There's a fresh sheet of paper. There you go. It's an outdoor knife, alright. It's not a razor blade, but it certainly cuts paper quite happily now. And I've managed to get the tip, I'm sure, slightly better. So back cuts and things like that, it just blast through. A Wolverine about there. So the trick with this for me was not losing the rust inhibiting coating. So what I've done is I've just Waterstone to try and just get that edge just tidier, as opposed to trying to give it a new edge entirely. So it's brought to a more fine tip, but because it hasn't got the coarseness of the grind from the manufacturer on it, it should actually be quite a tough edge, because it hasn't got anywhere near as many imperfections in it. So in turn it needs sharpening less later on, which keeps more coating later on. So there we go anyway. Kabar. Like it. So I hope that helped everybody's ideas on how to sharpen. Basically all I did with this was follow the blade edge where that angle was on a Japanese Waterstone. Started on the Waterstone a little bit and then just gentle as anything. There you go. Let's join me again, see you on the next one. Now here's a lesson in having stuff owned by other people in the care of yourself. Obviously because I was using Japanese Waterstones, the handle got wet, so as I was gently drying it with a towel, that happened. So obviously research on Kabar, leather washers are polished. So now, because this was in my care, I'm now going to polish the handle up. So you should be able to see that. It's gone white. Just a touch of water on it. Okay? So, if you borrow anything from anyone, it goes back in at least as good a condition as when you borrowed it. That pillar drill I did, I cleaned it off. And so, I'm going to make this good. So there goes my flat wheel. I'm going to polish the handle. Better. Okay. So, redone his handle. Yeah, if you borrow anybody's gear, or someone leaves it in their charge, do a nice job on it. So that's, put a bit more oil or something on it, and then buffed it into the lever. give it a look again. So, it's got for my 6 blades with this Kabar, Funky Prepper. Thanks for joining me again.